Hello friends. Welcome to the channel Migrate to New Zealand. In today's episode, let's discuss about visa options for your skills that help you to migrate to New Zealand. Hope you have already started watching my other videos, like Migrate to New Zealand job market, and a few more. I hope you will be able to answer a lot of questions you had after watching this video series, and I will provide the information and facts to the best of my knowledge. Okay, most of you watch this video since you plan to migrate to New Zealand and you try to see whether there is a good chance for skill. Yes, New Zealand immigration values your skill, and that is why they invite the skilled people to come and live in New Zealand. So if you feel you are ready, it is time to learn more about how they assess your skills and to check your eligibility to migrate to New Zealand. Few visa options that allow you to come to New Zealand and live permanently. Under skilled category, you have skilled migrant category resident visa, long-term skill shortage list work visa, long-term skill shortage list resident visa, talent work visa under accredited employee. And there are other types like partner of a New Zealander resident visa kind of. But let's focus here only on skilled visas, because then I can share my experience about how I got here, and I was too looking for those visa options some time back before I found this opportunity. Let's talk more about that on coming videos. Start with the best option we have. To my opinion, that is talent work visa under an accredited employer. That is because it allows you to move fast and easily, which meant it allows you to migrate to New Zealand quickly and easily compared to other visa types, and after some time you will become a New Zealand permanent resident, without needing a further process. Isn't it wonderful? Let's dig more into that. If you do a Google search for Talent Work Visa New Zealand and select this option, it will bring you to this website which has all the information about the Talent Work Visa. As the website says, you should be 55 years old or under to apply to this visa category. And your visa duration will be 30 months from arrival. But don't worry, once you come to New Zealand you have a lot of other options to extend your visa or to get a permanent residence from there. Let's see what are the other criteria by clicking on the Check Criteria button. Select your country there. I will select Sri Lanka for now, and then you will see other few criteria you should fulfill. To prove your identity is the first criteria. You can use your passport or birth certificate to prove your identity. The next one is that you should have a good character. Just mentioning that you have a good character won't be enough for the immigration of New Zealand to understand it, then you have to provide the police certificate if you are over 17 years old. Additionally, you have to provide the police certificate of any other country that you have lived in for more than 12 months within the last 10 years. That information can be varied by the time you are applying, and make sure to check the immigration website for more information. The website additionally provides another section called Good Character, that will help you to understand more about what is a good character. Doesn't matter you are going to apply or not. Having a good character is always good. The next thing on the list is health. You must have good health to get selected, and you have to provide a chest X-ray and a medical certificate is requested by the immigration. And especially, you have to contact one of the approved medical centers by immigration to have a medical examination, and check the immigration website to find those medical centers in your country. You should have a genuine intention to apply here. That is a little confusing as well when it is talking about you should have only intend to stay in New Zealand temporarily, but that is under this visa, and you should never stay in New Zealand without a valid visa. This is talking about you should have a lawful purpose, adhere to the conditions of your visa kind of details under this criteria. The next one is your age, and we discussed it before. You must be 55 years old or under to apply to migrate to New Zealand. So beware of that, and you need to take quick action if you are at the boundary of that age range. One on the list is the challenging one, which is the New Zealand job offer. Having a job offer won't be enough as well. The job offer you get should be from an accredited employer. An accredited employer is an employer who is accredited by Immigration New Zealand to employ people under the talent work instructions. There is a list of accredited employers in New Zealand, and I put the link in the description for your reference. And the job offer should be full-time and should be more than 2 years. Other than that, there is a minimum salary involved in this, and the information can be varied at the time you apply this. Once you get the job offer, you will get a document from the employer which is called an accredited certificate to provide to the Immigration New Zealand as your evidence. So there are fees involved here, or there are more things you should read. Good luck reading the manual. We will make another video about how to find a job offer from New Zealand under these accredited employers, and make sure to keep in touch with our channel for more information. The option we would like to discuss is long-term skill shortage list work visa. This is another pathway to New Zealand residence, and if you work more than 2 years under this category, you can apply for a New Zealand residence visa. Similarly, it has 30 months duration and you should be 55 years old or younger to apply under this visa category. Let's check the criteria. And let's talk about only differences here. You must have a New Zealand job offer as you need for talent work and full-time work, but it should be in the long-term skill shortage job list. You can see that job list and I will put that in the description. Additionally, you need to prove your qualification is recognized by the NZQA, which is New Zealand Qualification Authority, and you have to prove your work experience is related to the same skill. And make sure to read more about fees and other information. Once you get this work visa and work in New Zealand for 2 years, you will be eligible and can apply for a long-term skill shortage list resident visa. The last option in my list is a skilled migrant category resident visa. Providing that visa category, Immigration New Zealand invites people who have skills to contribute to their growth. So, to show your interest, you have first sent him an expression of interest which is called EOI. If your EOI is successful, Immigration will send you ITA, which is called Invitation to Apply. This process mainly has few steps like, submit EOI, get the invitation from the Immigration of New Zealand, send the completed application back, and in the last step, you will be assigned to a case officer, your details will be reviewed, you will be informed if they need additional documents, and so on. So this process takes a long time and it will be varied from time to time depending on how busy the immigration work or how many applications are reviewed in progress. Approximately the process can take 4 months to more than 1.5 years, or can be more due to the COVID-19 situation. But the duration of this visa is indefinite. Initially, you will get some conditions for 2 years, and after that, you can apply for a permanent residency. There are more criteria to be satisfied if you plan to apply for a skilled migrant category resident visa than the other visa type we talked about previously. Some of them are English language, qualifications, EOI, family details, and so on. Prove your qualification. Either you should be recognized by the NZQA, which is called New Zealand Qualification Authority, or you have to get your qualification assessed by NZQA. There is a list of courses and universities in a lot of countries that are accepted by Immigration New Zealand. Otherwise, you have to assess your qualification. This is one of the few items you have to start a little early, since it takes some time depending on how many applications are received by NZQA at the time you apply. The English language is the next thing, and you should be able to speak the English language, and you have to provide the evidence for that. If you are a citizen in one of few countries like the UK, USA, Canada, Ireland, or you have worked or studied there for more than 5 years, you do not need to provide evidence for the English language requirement. Otherwise, there are recommended English language certifications you can prove your English language capability. Some of these are IELTS, TOEFL, PTE Academic, and there are a few other exams as well. The website provides an additional link to get more information about those exams. And each member over 18 years old in your family should provide evidence for English language requirement. There are few ways to convince the immigration if someone in your family cannot get enough for the English language requirement. One is, you can register for an English for Immigrant course, but you have paid quite a lot of money for that. It varies depending on how much you can score from a particular English exam that we mentioned above.